Arizona to Houston. This game, when we talked about it on Sunday night, was 5.5. You were hoping it might get to 6. It has since gone down to 4. It's 3.5 in some places. To me, from what I'm seeing, and I want you to sort of tell the narrative here, I've seen the public come in big on the Cardinals, and I want to know what you've seen that would make this line move the way it has.
Well, it's pros just like me. I think almost all the professionals, even last week, I felt like only the pros were on the Cardinals on the over, and it's just because everyone, it felt like in the public sphere, kind of turned Kyler Murray into a joke, right? Like he became a punchline, and I don't know, maybe it was because they thought it'd be rusty or just whatever it was. But we saw, I mean, everyone's seen that overhead shot of Kyler scrambling for 30 yards. It's like, it's what makes him so special. He's one of the best athletes to ever play the game. Like the only thing holding him back is his height. But in an offense where you're getting him outside the pocket and you're running these, RPO plays with him, he's dynamic. Like him and Connor in that backfield together looked so impressive last week. And I know it's the Atlanta Falcons, but are we really crowning Houston Texans here in week 11, week 12? Like it's too much love. So I'm pissed the pros came in and they bet this down so much, but yeah, grab the 4, grab the 3.5. Like if this is 3.5 or 4, 4.5 in our contest, it's a guarantee. It's a guarantee this will be in. And it's no slight against Houston. It's just at some point CJ has to come back down to earth. There's a reason we've never seen anything like this. Like you don't see rookies perform like this. And the last one I can really think of is Dak. Like I remember Dak with that Cowboys offense with Zeke. It felt like Zeke and Dak were both in the conversation for MVP at one point. Like they were just that good that year, their rookie season together. It's crazy how good this Houston team is, but Arizona's a different team with Kyler. Like you just saw too after the game, like the belief of all the players, everybody just believes in this guy. So maybe I'm stepping in it right, Chad. That's always the fear here, where it's like I'm backing an Arizona team that just had a huge emotional win. But I could say the same exact thing about Houston. It's like they just won a game that shouldn't have won on the road. It's not just because Boyd dropped that ball, right? I know a lot of people want to throw it to like Boyd dropped the touchdown. That shouldn't have been what it was. CJ's that guy, man. CJ's the one making these drives, throwing the ball, coming down the field. So who knows if this will end up in our round robin? Maybe it will, but I am that scared of CJ, but I have to take these points. Like go through CJ's history. He tends to play really close games. So looking at this number, feels like this is the spot to take. And, again, I feel so lucky last week that we dodged getting the Bengals out. And I feel bad for everyone that listened to us and backed it. But trust me this week, people, please. Like you're getting a good number here. You want to take the 3.5, the 4 while you still can.
So CJ Stroud has won 5 games this season. Historically, Ohio State quarterbacks not very good in the NFL. Here's a stat that proves it. The 5 wins tied for the most single season NFL wins for any Ohio State quarterback ever.
Yikes.
Sadly, that includes Justin Fields. The only Ohio State quarterback to get 5 wins
Oh my God.
was 1990s icon Kent Graham, who I have a very special feeling for because Kent Graham, who's older than I am, was an All-American quarterback from the suburbs of Chicago, who was the most highly recruited player in his class, and then went to Notre Dame and then transferred to Ohio State. And everybody in the North Shore of Chicago and the northern suburbs was like, oh my God, someone we actually could see play on a football field in high school is considered the best high school football player in the country. He's the only other guy from Ohio State who won 5 games in a season in the NFL.
That's an incredible stat. You just think about all these incredible athletes have come out of there. I mean, Terrell Pryor, all these guys. I can't believe none of them ever got the 5 wins. Wow.
Also, here's another stat to back up what you love and why there's a little bit of inflation on Houston, not just because of CJ. Teams coming off of 500 plus yards of offense playing at home in their next game, 71-92 against the spread the last 20 years.
Like that.
Only 2 teams fit that bill this week. And we just talked about one of them, and we just talked about fading one of them.